Boom. Y'all come take another ride with me. We're riding through Utah. Just made it down the Devil's Slide. That's what the mountain pass was called. I didn't think to record it when I was driving through it, but of course, when you're going through a mountain pass like that, you need to be focused on the road. It is an absolutely beautiful, gloomy day in Utah. Yes, it is. Y'all see them water drops on my windshield? Trying to get my windshield wiper set to where it can wipe ample amount of water of raindrops from my windshield without it impairing my vision. But kind of figured I'd do another one. I enjoyed the last one, just randomly talking about BS uh, while riding through this beautiful, beautiful scenery. Yes, it's all foggy. It's drizzle. It's not really rain. It's just drizzling. But of course, in situations like that, you got to make sure your cruise is off, so that way you can have control of the truck, just in case you slip and slide for whatever reason. So if you made it through the last video, hopefully you'll make it through this one. I don't know how much space I got on my phone. The last one was 30 minutes. It's uploading. So I'm probably going to make this one 30 minutes, just so y'all can see some of this beauty out here in Utah. Utah and Washington and Oregon are beautiful places when it's not snowing. But, it's literally like a postcard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if the camera's shaking because it's sitting on the thing right there, but they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful places. You got the greenery, you got the trees, you got the mountains, you got the lakes, you got just all kind of just beautiful stuff. It's serene. You just ride through it, and like right now, it must not have rained for a long time because I can actually smell in the air Utah. Just the heat. I can smell the heat in the air. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to ride through here, like in the springtime, summertime, and fall, just before it starts to get really cold, you get to enjoy all this. But in the wintertime, it's still beautiful in the wintertime. It's just you're so focused on not dying from slipping on ice and stuff that you tend to miss out on a lot of what's going on around you. So this is Utah. I really wish I could have got the Devil's Pass. Devil's Pass is a beautiful mountain range, and it's kind of weird, like seeing how everything goes from dry desert and clay, like brown clay, and then you get to all this beautiful stone, this gray and red and black stone. And then the closer you get to California, the more things get more beautiful. You come out of California, you got like Arizona where it's all dry, and you'll actually see like the terrain will just be like, if you looked at the last video when we was in Wyoming, because the weather's so bad in Wyoming, you don't really have a lot of development, but you have a lot of land. But like right now, you see, you got green grass, brown grass, you got trees, you got mountains, you got farmland, you got cows, sheep, llamas, and just all depends on what part of the United States you're in. This land is so vast that it's amazing. It's amazing of some of the places you see and some of the things that you will see. Of course, when I turned the last video off, that's when all the good stuff started happening. Like when you're driving, you're going to see people on the side of the freeway hitchhiking. Like, really? And they don't look like the type of people you want to pick up. So it's like, how are you hitchhiking looking like that? You look like you stink, and you're missing your teeth, and you look dirty. And then they always tend to have an animal, like a dog or something. Like, why are you dragging this dog around the United States with you when you could have just put it up for adoption so it can get a nice home and have roots, but yet and still, dog look hungry. You seen his ribs. That person look hungry. Like, who picks these people up? You know? But you'll see them out there with their signs, going east. Don't care where, as long as it's going east, because they're trying to get to wherever location they're trying to get to. Women too. Women be really unattractive though. I know, right? Like, why would that have anything to do with why would I assist this person in going east? I don't know. I'm never going to pick a hitchhiker up. I know that much, because it's just not safe to just pick up strangers like that. You know. Then you'll get the people out here riding their bikes, like through the mountains and stuff. And this is why you need doubles right here. Check this driver out that's passing me. All right now. Check him out. He got, is it 250?
Driver response is required for the previously reported defect.
Nope, it's 154, one little 43 or something like that he's hauling. Now I'll be wondering, like, when you hauling stuff like that, do you get paid double? Like, is there extra? Like, I know not for Conway and stuff like that, but I wanted like this dude right here, right? He picked up these two loads, probably at the same location or different locations. Do he get paid double for that? That'd be dope though. If you could pick up two 54-foot trailers or whatever, and they're going in the same direction, and let's say you're a lease or owner op, that means not only, let's just say $1. If you're making $1 per mile for both trailers, that's $2 a mile. You're using a lot more fuel. Of course, it's going to be more than $2 a mile. I'm just using it as an example. But you're getting double paid because you're double booked going in the same direction. So one trailer might be $1.85, the other trailer might be $2.25. You're making like $4 or $5 taking that load. A mile, $5-6 actually, close to 6. That'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. Make sure you keep plenty of water in your truck. Some high quality H2O. I just want to take y'all on a ride with me. Y'all can't really experience it like I'm experiencing it, because I don't know if y'all seen like the church that's over there, or the cows over there, or the old rusty trailer sitting in whatever this used to be, quarry yard over there. What's weird too is, like, you see this little factory that's coming up right here? You'll be out in the middle of nowhere, and it'll be a big ass plant out in the middle of nowhere, making whatever resource that it's making. But it's like you see nothing for miles and miles, and it'll just be a plant. And they look good at night, because at night they have all their lights on, and you be like, ooh, look at that, because you're driving and it's just completely dark everywhere you look. And in the distance you just see this light. Like, what is this flickering light? Then you see more lights and more lights, and then you come up and passing it, and you be like, oh, I don't know what that was, but it was pretty. Yeah, it was. The rain is relaxing, it's calming, stuff like this. Sometimes I like to drive and not even listen to music. I just listen to the sound of the engine and the truck vibrating and the reefer, and just enjoy it, because it gives you a peace of mind. It's kind of like lets you know you're alive when you can take in the scenery and interpret it how you want to interpret it. But when you can just take in all the stuff, like, this is your God's creation, whatever God you believe in, or if you don't believe in God, this is evolution. The Romans left us a Colosseum. The Egyptians left us pyramids. Mayans left us, you know, airplanes, the little Mayan airplanes that nobody can figure out why they made them. You know, it's like if we were to all of a sudden get wiped out, it's a big mountain in front of us, huh? If we was all of a sudden to get wiped out, there's so much stuff that we're gonna leave behind as far as infrastructure. Like over in China, they got these pipes that's like 150 million years old. I forget what the name of them called, but you know, it's amazing. Like, how do they have pipes that's 150 million years old that was going down to some type of lake or whatever? And so if we was to go extinct right now for whatever reason, there's just so much stuff to say. Hey, we was here. There was a civilization here. There was people here who was familiar with science and math, technology, agriculture, that had history in the past. And, you know, it's like it's a beautiful thing. You know, let's say 100,000 years from now, some aliens came down. It's like, oh, there was a civilization here. You know, and they had the ability to bore through mountains. The ability, they had transportation. They had means of flying. They had means of transportation. Not only that, just science and wonder and art, culture. They had a culture, you know. I personally find that type of stuff dope. That's stuff that I be thinking about and listening to on the satellite radio and blogs or whatever has an audio to it. I usually just plug it into my phone and listen to it while I ride on down the road. So I'm a curious individual. You know, that's why I like conspiracy theories. Like, do I believe them? No. Do I enjoy listening to them? Yes, because it took somebody time to think of this and felt that it was relevant to put it out to the world. And whether it's true or not, it's still entertaining. Of course, everybody's going to try to rebuttal, like, that's not true, that's impossible, that's this, that's that, you know. But this is what it is. How do you feel about it? Let's have a conversation about it. Whether it's total fiction or not, let's have a conversation about it. And I'm the type of person that like to listen to those conversations. Because when you start to think, when somebody pull you out your comfort zone to give you some information that you wasn't ready to accept, and then you start to think about it, and then you create a rebuttal or an argument or agreement, and why you agree or why you disagree, or what if, and give a different perspective on whatever it is that they put together and came up with. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I mean, you just remember how flat it was when we was in Wyoming? We just crossed over. We only went maybe 100 miles, 100, maybe 200 miles, if that, to Utah. Look how green it is. Look at the mountains and the babbling brooks. Well, you probably can't see them because they're under the bridges and stuff, but yeah, I like it. How do you feel about, if you're religious, right? If you're religious, do you think God stopped at us? Like, we the end all be all? Like, this is his greatest creation? You know? When they created a car, you know how many intricate parts it takes to operate that vehicle that we don't even think about? And then what did we do? We improved on it. And we continue to improve on it. And improve and improve and improve. So do you think God was like, okay, I'm done? Or did he was like, well, you know what? Let me try something else. What if I, did this, and that? You know? Oh, that scenery is so beautiful down there, you guys. You guys are missing out. No, because I don't have the camera properly set so you can see what I see. You know, there be your babbling brooks up there ahead. But again, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick them up or not. But yeah, we're going down here a little bit. Let that Jake do his thing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There go the rivers right there. Running right along the freeway. Right over that little concrete wall to the left, there's a little a babbling brook. I like saying babbling brook. I don't know why. Oh well, it is what it is. Now technically, you're not supposed to have the Jake on when it's raining, but it's not raining enough to where it will impair my driving. You know, so I still have full total control of the vehicle that I am driving. You know. Then you go into curves like this and it's windy, you always want to back it down about 55, 50 or something like that. And just let it roll. Let it roll, son. Let it roll. Now, if you empty, that's a different story. If you empty, you can just whee as safely and as legally as possible, of course. You know, but I'm loaded. I have no clue what's in my trailer because it was preloaded. But yeah, I'm loaded. I'm loaded. I'm on the I-84 going west through Utah right now. I wonder how hard is it how the dude that's driving the doubles right there, is it harder to take a turn because you got two bends in the truck? Like when I turn, the truck turns, then the trailer. You know, but when he turns, it's the tractor, the trailer, then another trailer. So I wonder, is it harder for him to, do we have to slow down a little bit more to go around those curves or not? Guys say you are the end all be all. I'm tired of creating. You know. What's awesome is that they're finding planets that's like Earth out there. So if there's planets like Earth, then your God created other planets. Like I wonder where we rank. Like we was number 825, or you know, in his on his creation sheet. Were we 1,600? Or was we 666? Yeah. Were we 666 or 999? Is that why that number is relevant in our history? What if we did go send a satellite to another planet that's like ours and actually saw past civilization? Would that blow religion out of the water? Because we have this sense that, you know, there's nobody or nothing out there like us, which is absolutely true, because we are products of our environment. That's, you know, we've evolved from our environment. That's why we have certain characteristics to properly survive in this environment. So our brains are large because we need to process more in order for our survival. That's why we probably, you know, that's why we got rib cages, because we evolved to know that we need to protect our hearts and our lungs and stuff like that. So I don't think there's another entity out there in the universe that is exactly like us. But do I think there's other beings out there in the universe? Absolutely. I think they said, Einstein said, if aliens were advanced enough to come to Earth, then we're already doomed. You know? Because they can get to us. I honestly do believe in aliens. I do. Do I believe that we've been visited? I think so. A lot of times I think it's accident. I think our planet is like that little town way out in the middle of nowhere that nobody pays attention to because there's technically nothing else out there. So somebody, in a spaceship get lost. They get lost and like, they see our sun, they see this planet, they're like, oh, look at that. And they come down and then, they see it. And it might look way different in their eyes than from what we see, you know. I was watching this thing on YouTube about the Grays and how they come down and experiment. I was also watching, I'm going to tell you now, YouTube is awesome. Because anything you want to find out about, there's a good chance you can find it on YouTube. Somebody talking about it. That's one of the reasons why YouTube is awesome, because anytime you want some information, you got two places to go. You can read about it from Google or you can listen to it on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why YouTube is awesome to me. Because if I just want to see some alien conspiracies, I can find alien conspiracies. If I want to find religious conspiracy, I can find religious conspiracy. Like that Mormon video. Have y'all seen the Mormon video? Yeah. After watching that, I just laughed to myself and was like, why are there black Mormons? Because if the video is anywhere near true, it's basically saying the reason why there's black people is because we are descendants of sinners or something like that. It's a cartoon, but yeah, that was pretty dope. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that's somebody's perspective on what the Mormon religion is, you know? So, but yeah, that's the main reason why I like YouTube. Like they have the thing where it shows the lady on Mars, which is pretty cool. Which one of they say NASA was trying to cover it up. Another one that was pretty good is like the dark side of the moon. Like, why don't we, with all this technology and all this stuff that we can send out to go see all these other planets, why don't we never see the dark side of the moon? You know, it's there. It's the closest celestial body of whatever. So why haven't nobody just gone to see the dark side of the moon? Well, one of the conspiracies is that on the dark side of the moon there's actually aliens on the dark side of the moon that monitoring us. And Buzz Aldrin, or is that Buzz Lightyear? I don't know. One of the space dudes that first went up there started to approach the dark side of the moon, and he said there was an alien that said with telepathy, do not come to this side of the moon and do not come back to the moon. Because we haven't been back to the moon. We haven't put a man back on the moon. We're talking about sending people to Mars. You know? But yet we haven't even properly mapped out the moon. Isn't that some BS? I personally feel like I love space. Everything about space to me is cool. But how is it that we know more about space but don't know anything about what's at the bottom of our own oceans? Why is that? You know? It's right there. You telling me you can create technology to have people eat vegetables in space and live in space for months at a time and planning on sending people to Mars, to an unknown land, but yet you can't build something that can handle the pressure at the bottom of the ocean? Why is that? I don't know. That's just something I be thinking about. Do I be thinking about some weird shit? Yes, I do. But it is what it is, and I like it, and I enjoy it. And it's even worse because I even come up with my own hypothesis on why we can't do stuff on Earth that we do in heaven, in space. You know, will you be doing that? Probably so. You have so much time out here on this road to just think of random shit. I've thought of, and with my vivid imagination, I mean, I think of so much stuff, even storylines. Like, what if my woman cheated on me, and how would I catch her? And what would I do? And how would I hide the body? Is it crazy? Probably so. But I know for a fact myself that it's just fiction. It's not real. It's not. Some people say if you think it, if you think lustful thoughts, then you sin. Nah, I don't think that. Your actions is what is considered a sin. If you thinking lustful thoughts or murderous thoughts or whatever type of thoughts, and then you act on them thoughts, that's when shit hits the fan and become a problem. You can think all you want, but when you bring it to life by physically participating in that thought. Now, don't get me wrong. When I beat my meat, I might think of, plus size, thick, yellow bone, red bone, something like that. Is that sinning? Some people say it is. I mean, what's the thing? You're not supposed to let your semen hit the ground because that's considered a sin. Rather put it in the belly of a whore. I don't know if that's in the Bible or not. I think I've heard that before. But with that said, I feel bad for the socks. Technically, if you do it in if you do it in a sock, it technically doesn't hit the ground. It's in a sock, so it's close to the ground. When you toss your sock in shame of the act and the thoughts you just participated in, but it's technically not on the ground. I'm gonna name my sock whore. So I put it inside of a whore. How about that? Yeah. Random shit. Well, if y'all hanging in there, we had 27 minutes. Looks like we're coming into a city. Looks like, looks like Oregon. Oregon, I think, Oregon is the weirdest place when it comes to addresses because they use like a lot of numbers, like exit on 2400 Street, and 3800 Street, all this other stuff. But I don't think I'm supposed to be in Oregon. Let me get an idea of where I'm at real quick. And just for the simple fact that the mile markers changed, it lets me know I'm probably already I crossed over into another state. So let's see. I think I was in. Where am I? This will happen to you too. You're like, where am I? Yeah, this definitely looks like Oregon. I don't know if y'all can see that sign that's coming up, but it says to the left, 2700 North. So yeah, I think I'm definitely crossed over into Oregon. Probably at the corner of Oregon since I'm going to Washington. Probably at the corner of Oregon. Alright, you know what? Another way to tell, let's read some of these billboards. And see if we can get an idea of where we at. Because you're sitting there and you're driving. Come on over, drive if you want. You're sitting there and you're driving. And your time zones are going to be messed up. Your days are going to be messed up. The only thing that you know is you're supposed to go this away and get to your destination before Friday or before Thursday or on Thursday in the morning. Sometimes it's pretty cool when you do cross time zones, because let's say if you have a 7 o'clock delivery and you're an hour away, but you're in a different time zone, it'll be 8 o'clock. Then once you cross into the time zone, it'll be 7 o'clock, and you'll be on time. But you cross so many time zones that you just forget, like, what time zone, what state am I in, what time zone. You never know what city you're in until you see the signs. You're in blah 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 city. I'm in Birmingham. still waiting on something to tell me what state I'm in. Yeah, this tickled me, but I know I'm going through it, so it's like, I care less. I'm not hungry. I ain't gotta pee, so I ain't worried about no truck stops. You know, I know I'm going through it, so really don't pay too much attention to it. Really don't pay too much attention. Just enjoy the scenery. You know, because it got 3 lanes, so I'm definitely in what's supposed to be a major city for wherever state I'm in, or not necessarily a major, but a well-populated city. The more freeway lanes, that means the more people. Look at that there. UPS pulling them triples. UPS pulling those triples. You want to get over, driver? I don't know if this lane is or not. But, 15 north. I don't have my map right here. 15 north. So whatever area code is 801. That's all I know for right now. Whatever area code is 801 is what state I'm in. 801. Y'all doing good, man. We had 31 minutes. Y'all still hanging in there? I'm just name these videos boring. I don't know if you want to get over. If you signal, I'll flash it. I don't know if I'm gonna name these videos boring. This is just me rambling about random shit. Rambling about random shit. And letting y'all take a ride with me. Yeah, and get used to just getting passed up if you become a Swift driver. Uh-oh. Saw you wiggling, UPS. What's on this bridge? Welcome home, Elder something. That's in Spanish. Elder Marriott. The other part was in Spanish. It's a distributor over there. Associates Foods. See all those trucks parked over to the right? Yeah, you'll be there one day. There goes Central Truck right there. You just sit over there and park and wait for your time to, and when it get close to your time to get unloaded, then you just slide on in there. That's cool when the shippers or receivers have truck parking because it just makes things a lot easier. You want to get to your